Welcome to Authentically Debz, my podcast. A Southern girl looks at 70. Okay, this is probably going to be another bonus episode, and surely it will be the last one for this year and for my life to date. This happened about 25 years ago. You know, the years just move faster and faster the older you get. And I have really debated for a couple of days whether or not I even want to share this, because it's not wonderful. It's crazy. And I think when it happened, I'm not making excuses for it, but I think it had something to do with my OCD. I mean, heck, almost everything else has. I'm not even sure why I want to share it, and a certain member of my family will not be happy about this. But hey, you know, I'm a grown-up. Get over it, Deb. And this is just a little minuscule moment of my life. But about 25 years ago, I went to a movie. I have to tell you, first of all, I'm a sports spectator fanatic. I wish I was a sports fanatic. I don't think I got that gene. I mean, I love to play golf, and I even love to shoot basketball hoops, and I'm horrible at both, but I still love it. So I see this movie, which is almost an Academy Award-winning documentary about two high school basketball players, both of whom hope to go to the NBA, who lived in Chicago, and what happened during the course of their particularly high school years when the director and producer started following them to see what would transpire. They both came from, I guess it probably was South Chicago, although I'm not sure. Both had pretty tough lives, especially the young man I was interested in. And yes, after I saw it a couple of times, being into sports as I am, and obviously as ridiculous as, especially as now, but I was younger then, and I had headshots, and I looked really good. And after seeing it a couple of times, I just wanted to tell one of I couldn't really call him an actor because it was a documentary, but I wanted to tell one of the basketball players in it, one of the stars of the documentary, how much I enjoyed it, and especially him. And I don't know what I said beyond that. I know that that particular documentary was getting a lot of press. He even told me later that he was hearing from a lot of women, but I caught his eye. And I hope I didn't, but I may have said, well, if you're ever in LA, we should get together. Or maybe he said that. But obviously, I left him some way to get in touch with me. And he did. And I remember that he was basically, and at this time, he was at least legal age, because it was after the documentary had been produced. And I do remember that, as it turned out, that documentary was not nominated for an Oscar by the Academy, and there was a big brouhaha that it was not, because, and frankly, you know, it should have been. It was that good. But he did come out to LA, and where he came was, I remember, Pasadena. And he came to Pasadena because I think that's where one of the directors or producers lived. And he invited me to come to dinner, and because they were all getting together for dinner. And I thought, well, my goodness, who'd have thunk it? But hey, I thought, why not, So I went. I will also have to say that this kid was African American. I tend to really like men of color and basketball. And so I went. So I got to meet the producer and the director, and that was cool. We had dinner at this great hotel. It looked like an estate. And then I decided to stay over. It really wasn't necessarily planned or my intention, but just seemed to be okay at that moment in time. So now I have, I have committed an itsy bitsy felony. I have been a very short-term working girl. I have stated that I am bisexual, and I've just done a number of things that could shock some people. I'm just hoping that someone watches this and they turn my life into a miniseries, because God knows it has been one. So anyway, that's all I want to share, and I'm not even sure why, but I guess now I have to add groupie to the list of surprising things to know about me. But it was only once. We stayed in touch, but I chose not to do that again. Although, frankly, I don't regret it. It was fun. And I guess that's all. Once again, blessings to everyone. And please stay tuned for season 2, which will be here before you know it. It's an interview format, and maybe I'll interview you. I'm going to be interviewing people from mental health, maybe some actors, writers, directors, producers, just regular folks also. Everyone gets up in the morning, I guess. Everyone goes to the bathroom. Everyone has to have some type of food or sustenance. So we're all the same, really. And I love y'all. Thanks. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening to Authentically Debz, a Southern girl looks at 70. And if you liked my show, please subscribe, leave a review, and definitely tell a friend. Oh, and make sure and visit my website where you can keep up with my current projects, learn a little more about me, and follow my latest news. And that website is www.deborahjangray.com. The spelling is Debora, no H, Jangray. You can also find me on social media as an activist, actor, and friend. Specifically on Twitter at Deborah Jangray, YouTube as Deborah Gray, Instagram as Deborah Jangray, and Facebook, including Messenger, as Deborah Jangray. Same spellings. I'm not everywhere, but I'm definitely not hard to find. And most importantly, blessings to everyone.